shake.
One of the benefits of the resurgence of vinyl is that it's all over the place and you can find a pretty decent variety of high-quality records. However, the real magic is still within the record stores. The selection is so much better and you're likely to discover rare, obscure music by accident. That's what I love about digging in the crates. You never know what you're gonna get. So I came across this record that said Flipmode on it and Spliff Star on the other side. It was only $4, so why not? We did a live stream after returning from the record store and played it for the first time. The label says for promotional use only, and when we got to the second track on the Spliff Star side, the first name is Biggie F. Thinking nothing of it, we played the record, and even after hearing his voice, I thought it was a sample being used in the song. Then the verse dropped. I couldn't believe it.
Alcoholic man, inject a tall can in his bloodstream if you can. Biggie Smalls, the pussy stroker, MC provoker, chocolate tie smoker.
After just a random pull of a $4 record, I had an obscure Notorious B.I.G verse that most of us never heard before. After researching this record, it was clearly made around 1993 before Bad Boy and Notorious B.I.G blew up. Flipmode and Spliff Star didn't even get out there until 1997, after Busta Rhymes' debut album The Coming was released in 1996. However, Busta Rhymes started to promote Flipmode when he was still with leaders of the new school. Notorious B.I.G first got his start by collaborating on other artists' records and went by a few aliases. While we never really saw or heard Biggie F before, the F is likely for Frank Ocean, which was also an alias he used. Even in the song, he uses Biggie Smalls, and we never hear Biggie F. Now this was a promotional record, which was a standard for hip-hop. You get a record pressed, DJs would play the song, and hopefully it would generate a buzz so you could leverage the popularity for a record deal. There are a lot of these demo records that still exist to this very day. Some songs move on to become mega hits while others fade into obscurity, like this one. Considering it was about 4 more years before Flipmode Squad hit the scene, this record definitely didn't make it. Listening to it, you could clearly understand why. The lead song was inspired by a Wu-Tang record from 36 Chambers, which was recently released around that time.
We got no place to hide as I step inside the room with the tool, prepare for the boom. Bam, man, I can shoot you, your motherfucking man.
While Spliff Star's song on the B-side wasn't that bad per se, it's not really much as a single.
Hello, my people, let me talk to you. I just want to share my point of views about my chronic.
We're talking about a time when Dr. Dre had just changed the entire trajectory of the music industry with the Chronic album. Now, as far as the Biggie joint, it's a classic hip-hop beat with a great set of verses. But that chorus...
Feel the funk just dripping to your butt cheeks. Grab a honey and she
There you go with them lines again, Biggie.
Show
that was the chorus.
Could you really imagine people getting down to sweat dripping from your butt cheeks? Yeah, me neither. So while this record contains these solid verses, they get overshadowed by a chorus that would have been laughed out of any executive producer's office.
It's a song about butt cheeks.
Keep in mind that this is also the last song on the B-side, while the leading track was music that had already been used by another group. This reflects a lot of how the mixtape era worked, with getting down on another artist or group's beat, attempting to generate more popularity. As many of you know, Diddy used this strategy for Bad Boy's production, remixing older beats for singles. This is how hip-hop artists would pay their dues, getting on whatever records they could in hopes that a DJ would play their part and they would get the party lit. It also reflects how music is forever immortalized, regardless of the quality. When you really take a look at it, there isn't much difference from the thought process in today's world. You do what you can with what you have and hope to generate enough of a buzz to leverage your position in order to get an investment to move forward. While it took Busta Rhymes establishing a whole solo career to get investments for Flipmode Squad, Bad Boy took off in 1994 and Notorious B.I.G became one of the greatest rappers to ever live. None of this music went anywhere, and it's just one of those things. It was put out there to try to make it pop, and it didn't, for pretty obvious reasons. Not only is it a lesson for our imperfections as musicians, but it's an historical reference to a time when hip-hop was still only beginning to make its way in the world. This record reminded me about what I love about vinyl and the fact that there are so many other records out there that will only be heard in this format. This was one of our first pulls after having our new turntable for less than a week. In 2025, Vancouver, Washington, we found a promo record from 1993 New York that contains an unreleased Notorious B.I.G verse. a piece of hip-hop history. The ability to tell these stories and share this music is why we do this, but I had no idea that I would pull a record like this for only $4. It's been 25 years since the last time I had vinyl, but this also reminded me of how easy it was to find something obscure like this. As a matter of fact, there's still a lot of stuff exclusively on vinyl. This was a complete surprise though. I thought I was getting a Flipmode Squad record from the late 90s, not a promo with a rare Biggie Smalls verse on it. These songs later resurfaced on another elusive vinyl that is titled Flipmode Exclusives Volume 1 on Side A. Side B are remixes with Raw Digga, featuring Beyonce, Missy Elliott, and Lloyd Banks, dating it around 2003. It just goes to show how tracks like this exist out there, some exclusively on vinyl. That said, I'm already enjoying this return to hunting for records and looking for a few of my favorites. But nothing beats blindly digging in the crates and pulling out a piece of hip-hop history. Sharing this bit of history on the channel is simply icing on the cake. What makes this so much more amazing is how I could present this song to you completely remastered.
Brooklyn, stand up. Bad boy, Flipmode. What up, gangsta? Check it.
If you feel the funk dripping through your butt cheeks, grab up on the honey. If she don't wanna speak, throw your hands in the air. Wave them like you don't care. Notorious, motherfucking man, 50 grand. The alcoholic man, inject a tall can in his bloodstream if you can. Biggie Smalls, the pussy stroker, MC provoker, chocolate tie smoker. I like to max and maximas and Acuras. Your girl butt cheeks, I'm smacking, huh? The raw rapper, spine snapper, with the little hookers on my lapper. You know the flavor, Macker. A shy nigga, but I ain't your fucking comforter. And if I ever fall in love, I bet I'm fucking her. Ask the hooker if I didn't chook her. If she try to front, then I drop the Chucky Booker on her. Why you wanna play your games on me? Bitch, you crazy, commitments, I'm Swayze. No time for the ill shit. Rest with the niggas on that real blood spill shit. My rapping tactics are drastic, stretching motherfuckers like Mr. Fantastic. So if you wanna see my pedigree, you better be filled with energy. Niggas never getting moved. If you feel the funk dripping through your butt cheeks, grab up on the honey. If she don't wanna speak, throw your hands in the air. Wave them like you don't care. You know the Notorious is in here. You know if you feel the funk just dripping to your butt cheeks, grab a honey. If she don't wanna speak, throw your hands in the air. Wave them like you don't care.
Pop your head on when niggas get hooked on. Shook ones with weak hearts. No kind of street smarts. Talk about it, won't read about it when that beat spark. They duck and hide, I bucks and ride. Motherfucker, I'm a man with pride. Don't get it twisted. I get busy. Bitches like, who is it? I want him take me back home and put that thing in me. Oh, he's so fly. Look what the nigga drive. Look at the gear he wearing, that rock in his ear. Look how it just sparkle the same size as Chaco. And he received bricks that's coming in on cargo. 100 bricks, he'll be done by tomorrow. And only true hustlers can shake hands with Pablo.
If you feel the funk dripping through your butt cheeks, grab up on the honey. If she don't wanna speak, throw your hands in the air. Wave them like you don't care. You know the Notorious is in here. You know if you feel the funk just dripping to your butt cheeks, grab a honey. If she don't wanna speak, throw your hands in the air. Wave them like you don't care. Notorious is in here.
Biggie Smalls in the house, y'all. Come on, Spliff Steve's in the house, y'all. It's Flipmode in the house, y'all. Yeah, bad boys in the house, y'all. Brooklyn, you know we in the house.